Alrighty, what's up, y'all? I think I'm out in West Bloomfield Hills. I don't know. Out here with the rich folk. Look at these houses. Look at that water. That water pretty. Anywho, motorcycle therapy time. Just because. Kind of goes along with my last video about what did I say? Impact versus or intent versus impact. But this one is effective confrontation. I think I got. Yeah, my holes were open. That's not cool. Anyway, effective confrontation. Well, first of all, you gotta. People have such a negative viewing of the word confront, right? So the denotation, the actual dictionary definition, I may be paraphrasing, is to just face something head on. To try and resolve something that would not otherwise resolve itself, you have to confront it. That doesn't mean a fight, which is the connotation, is most people think that it means you have to fight, you have to argue, you have to have some negative input or output in order to get your desired results, and most people shy away from it because a confrontation, the key word is not con as in conflict, but it just means to come together and do stuff. I think I got that right. Resolve. But most people think, well, you got to confront somebody or you got to confront something. It's a problem. No, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? I was working on stuff at the house. I need to go downstairs and confront this drywall, or I need to confront this insulation I was pulling in. I need to face the problem head on. It's not going to hang itself. It's not going to put itself up in between the floor joists. It's not going to do any of that. I have to do it. And dealing with people, it becomes a matter of input and output for both parties, because drywall and insulation can't talk back. Drywall and insulation does not have inputs or attitudes or feelings or any of that stuff. So when it comes down to effective confrontation, it requires a little bit of finesse sometimes. And again, I'm not a professional at any of this stuff. I'm just a dad and a leader and a person who has fucked up. Therefore, in my growth as a person, or trying to be a better person, or whatever the hell I'm doing in life, I've had to learn how to do this better because, yeah, again, I'm a dad. I have a leadership position. I have multiple leadership positions. I have troops, employees, vice versa. And I can't just be going off the handle all willy-nilly. Oh, it's something. They got a roof swing at the Disney house. I've passed this house a bajillion times with the roof. That's cool. So you just got to do the stuff, because if you don't, it's not going to resolve itself. So again, I usually use my daughter as an example. I'm gonna start off with her first, and I'm gonna move some quick. Again, so my daughter's doing very well in school. Did her thing. I use tuition assistance. This is a perk given by the military, and I paid out of pocket for her school. And they said, wait 6 weeks. We'll send you the transcripts, but I need the transcripts to get my money back. If I don't get those transcripts, I don't get my money back. She's lucky enough to have a parent now who could afford to put her through a couple courses, certification course, with the money on. And I'm like, cool. I felt better about this when I knew I was going to get my money back. And then after 6 weeks, I'm like, hey, I haven't received those transcripts. And she goes, oh yeah, they said they was going to send them out. I said, no ma'am. It has been 8 weeks. I have not received those transcripts. I need those transcripts because when you needed money from me, I reached into my pocket and pulled out the cheddar and gave it to you. Now, I know I had to be patient. I didn't wait exactly 6 weeks. I waited a couple more weeks, and I didn't have your transcript. So now, if I don't get this in before my deadline, I'm going to lose out on getting my dollars back. So I need you to go to that school and talk to someone and retrieve your transcripts, please. I did all the things. I stated my intent. I stated the impact. And I confronted her without losing my shit, because I'm pissed that I ain't getting my money back right now because they taking forever and them fools ain't sent the stuff. She went up there, she did her thing, and guess what? They had her old address. They had not sent them out. There was some kind of glitch in the system, and I was like, cool. I confronted her, and she allowed me to express myself, get my point across, and we handled the issue. Because me sitting there waiting on those transcripts and not talking to my daughter about it was not going to resolve itself. And in the end, we found out it wasn't going to resolve itself at all, because had they sent the transcript out, it would have went to her mom's address. They don't live there no more. Effective. I confronted the issue because I saw it. It wasn't going to heal. It wasn't going to magically, what's up, fuzzy boy? Fix itself, and I wasn't going to get my goddamn money back. Get up there, girl. So I did that. And then the same thing happens at work, right? So say I have already explained to somebody in a meeting or in whatever the hell my intention and what I want the impact to be and what I want the desired results to be, and that said employee is not doing what they're supposed to do. I would have to call that employee into the office or somewhere where we can meet and talk and chat and discuss what they thought they heard versus what their output is actually providing based off my end goal, which I assumed that I explained clearly. Hey, first of all, I would like to say this is what I wanted to happen, and I'm not sure if we got off on the same foot or in the same page of understanding. What did you take away from what I said? Not being accusatory at first. They say, hey man, you fucking up. Although in my head, as people, you know when somebody knows what you said, and you know that they know that they fucking up. But you can't do that in the position that I'm in. I have to go, hey, I was expecting this to happen because you kind of enlightened me on what you're trying to do to get to that end goal. Because what I can see with my eyes is that's not where it's going to end up. However, you may have another modus operandi that I'm not aware of. You may have a technique or a trick that's going to get you there in the long run, and I don't want to interrupt your flow. So just, fill me in on what the fuck you doing that's keeping you from doing what I asked you to do the way that I wanted you to do it. Or to give me the result that I wanted. You have to do it the way that I want you to do it. And then said employee will go, this reason, that reason, and I will go, okay, I understand your point of view. However, I would like you to approach it this way because the things that you're doing right now are not a priority to my end goal. And as your supervisor, I need you to handle this in this order. And then you can go back to what you were previously doing because I may not have explained the importance of the task that I needed you to do. Lots of words, lots of technique, but normally it gets the point across and both people can leave the room. Sometimes tensions rise, right? Because no matter what you say, no matter how you say it, sometimes when you're pulling somebody to the side, or if you're trying to not necessarily reprimand or correct them, maybe provide some guidance. Again, feedback is a word I like to use now because we have to use that. They get offended because they automatically think they're doing something wrong, or this ain't, I'm tense because you're calling me out on something. Well, people do that, adults do that, children do that. It's just a human experience, right? But it's our job as leaders, fathers, parents, whatever, to de-escalate if we can, prevent escalation if we can, and then hopefully leave the interaction with us both on the same page. It's very tough, and it takes some time and it takes some patience on both sides. And if you're the more patient one and your target audience is not, it becomes daunting because they start to pull you over to their side where you're just like, all right, I'm sick of repeating myself, get your shit together because I'm the one in charge and you fucking around, be it parent or supervisor/employer. Do this because I said so is the ultimate goal, but you can't say it that way all the time. Some employees, some children need that, but that's not always the case. So you have to be tactful in your delivery and your reception sometimes, because sometimes we don't want to hear what they're saying anyway because they fucking up. You don't want to hear their excuses even though you're under the guise of listening to them. No, you got to accept it. You got to pull it in there. You got to evaluate. You got to go, okay, I didn't see it that way. Maybe we can come to an understanding, but I still need this A, B, C, and D before your ass get fired. Maybe. Anyway, I believe effective confrontation is a skill set that must be worked on by anyone who decides that they want to resolve any conflict. What's that name? The dirtbag lady. I had to confront her. I'm scared of women. Anyway, I think that's enough yapping. I hope you guys get the point. And I think I'm gonna find some other topics to talk about since I'm back on my motorcycle therapy kick, at least for this week. I think this stuff's kind of fun. I am back to feeling good about talking and yapping and riding all at the same time. I'm out of my brain fog for the most part. And thanks you guys for watching. Thanks for all you participating, new members to the channel and all that jazz, and all the likes and the clicks, and just thanks. Appreciate it. Ooh, goodness. I'm out. One-handed bandit.